Hey, this is Charlie Tub the Third. Thank you so much for coming into a impromptu Moments of Clarity. We are back, and as I promised you from on last Tuesday, we are going to continue conversations. Hey, what's up, my sister? Hey, my actual blood sister. Woo, his Queen Smith is on. Hey, girl, I love you. Good to see you. Thanks for joining. Share, like, and share the feed. I really, really appreciate that. But we're meeting with our cast for Music Matters, and since this past Tuesday, they had an opportunity to now watch the actual show live at their own in their own private time. And so we're here to talk about their experience some more, and then actually all the laughs they got from watching it back during the live. So without further ado, and this is not all of them, this is just a few of them. Please welcome some of the guests from Music Matters. Guys, are you guys there? Where y'all at? Come through.
Hey, what's
What
up?
up? What up? What up? What up? What up? Hey, welcome back for another chop
Hello.
up time with Music Matters. So I have James, Jay France, Jeremy Miller, and Amy Kings. All of them were members of the cast of Music Matters, and we had so much fun. And wait a minute, let me ask you guys this: can y'all believe that was 3 years ago?
Nope.
That seemed like it was like last year, maybe. It doesn't seem like it was 3 whole years ago that we did Music Matters in Fresno. It was so much fun. We had a live audience, and I mean, literally live. They were a lot of fun to play in front of, and so, um, James, what you eating, bro? Because you ain't sharing whatever it is.
He show is dancing though.
He's in though,
Boy,
right? What you
it's
eating, bro?
good.
He
It's
just
a, it's a chicken sandwich.
look, he just made a whole bunch of more
He
commercials. Didn't
said
even know it.
chicken.
Oh my God, that is off the chain. Hey, but that's what's up. So Jeremy, tell us about your experience. I think everybody else answered this question on the last live, and I knew that you were busy working on several projects during the last live on Tuesday. So tell us about your experience in Music Matters, because you was one of the leading characters. So tell us about your experience.
The experience was really interesting. I would say one because uh, the character in and of itself was like something that I had already like something I was currently experiencing or kind of at the end of experiencing. And so Music Matters really created like a space where um, like what I felt was honored. And then after seeing so many people come up and talk about those same things, or just how people responded to it, it was really deep, right? And it was really rich. And it was just a lot of fun in general. But like knowing that there was like a certain amount of respect for the characters and how the scenarios, how they were wrapped in actual like an experience that I actually resonated with me. It was really dope. And then of course being one of the main characters and being in quote unquote a musical, if you would say quote unquote, it was real fun. It was challenging, but it was definitely really fun.
That's what's up, man. And so you played Benz, who's the lead character. So just sort of kind of a backstory, because Amy, that was a great point that you made on our last live. We were talking about Music Matters as if everybody had seen Music Matters, and actually it was only a handful of people that have seen Music Matters that lived in Fresno, and we're talking on it. We're live, and Amy said so eloquently. She's like, yeah, for those of y'all don't know, Music Matters is about," and I was like, "Oh yeah, I never told people what it was about." But Music Matters is was loosely based on my life as an artist growing up in a boy band. So you have these four guys. They're in a group. One of the guy who's played by Jeremy, his name is Benz. He's in a singing group, and they have these dreams and aspirations to be on this talent show called Starfinder. And so that's a part of the plot. Another part of the plot is that Jeremy's dad, who's is a pastor, and he is apparently a staunch reverend, uh, a super duper reverend, deep deep reverend, and he's against this whole idea of his son singing secular music in clubs. So that starts some of that drama. So Jeremy played the son, whose name is Benz, and James actually played Gotti, who's a member of the group. Weren't you Gotti, James? Yeah, you played Gotti. You remember the boy band as well. So let me tie some loose ends up at how it relates to my life. So I was in a boy group called Uprise. Actually, it was not four guys. It was just me and this other guy named Cameron Sanders, and we were called Uprise, and that was our tagline. I was he was Jag, I was Benz, and our tagline was just this, like, yeah, he was. I'm we're Uprise. I'm Jag, I'm Benz, and the ladies love us because we smooth rides. And that was our little thing, and so when y'all kept saying it, and so that's all real stuff. That's all real stuff. And that was when we would open up a show or whatever we were doing. That was our little tagline, and people were like, "Oh snap!" Whatever. Of course, this is '90s, man, so it don't take much to impress a lot of people. Um, you watch this. You can tell that from some of the singing, from the singers in the '90s. They had great production, great stuff, but the singing one, amazing, amazing. But it got us through. You know what I'm saying? Like when Mary J first came out, y'all know what I'm talking about. Even though those songs were dope and we loved them, vocally though, like in real life, you like,
It was a whole lot of feeling, more than skill.
right. And so, but that's good because all that bled through. But on the singing though, real. But anyway,
it's like James Brown. Can James Brown really sing that good, or do you just feel it?
it was mostly feels, bro. But when he sang, he did sang though. Like try me, try me. That was singing right there. He sang that.
All right, but if we're talking about '90s, let's talk about Keith Sweat.
No, that's not singing to me.
I know exactly.
Just like Trey Songz ain't singing right now. Okay.
Oh, you come, but but watch this. This is interesting.
He got better, but
I know, Amy. I know we're gonna come back but we're way off. She's like, when y'all gonna talk about music matters?
No,
no. No, but I was in Chicago at the time, and one of my friends is one of the popular DJs there in Chicago, and he got me these tickets to go see Trey Songz live, and I was okay, yeah, bet. I'm sitting on the front row, bro, and I get there to the concert, it's jam packed, people there, women screaming, ah! Trey Songz, bro, gets on stage, and this is my first time like hearing him, like especially live, because live will tell you if you're a real singer or not. And he could have been having a bad vocal day, but bruh, that concert was horrible. And and you're in Chicago. It's singers for real in Chicago.
Yeah.
So the people in the audience was like, "What is this now?" They were sitting there, and let me tell you, the only way he won the audience back, you know what he did? Can anybody guess? He stripped.
Ooh, where was I at?
I know. And so if that's your thing,
he
listen,
got signed for his 6-pack.
I promise you, and I promise you, as soon as he started taking it off, the girls was like, oh my God. And that's how he won them back, because the singing, it was just like, I was like, is he having a bad? I was thinking he was having a bad day in life, but he could have been having a bad vocal day too. So, but it was rough, and I had not been a Trey Songz fan since that concert. Now I catch him on some. He's done some covers of a few things, and he's been featured on a few songs that I like. I was like, oh, okay, you will be mine. But not for long. You heard that song? But not for long. Y'all ain't heard that? I'm your type. I think it's
Trey Songz. No, I'm playing.
It's Trey Songz, but no, it's the rapper though. The rapper, who's the guy that was on? Y'all gonna stress me out. Y'all gonna make me play it. Maybe not today. Maybe not tomorrow. Who sings? Who's the rapper that does? Beautiful girls all over the world. I will be chasing.
Oh, B.O.B.
B.O.B. Yeah, this is a B.O.B. track. It's B.O.B. B.O.B. with Trey Songz.
It's Bob.
Is it?
No, so it's a song. It's B.O.B. No, listen, it's B.O.B. and B.O.B. and Trey Songz. He's the vocalist on there.
Which one of y'all?
And Tremaine.
Who?
Tremaine. Tremaine.
No, we finna do it. I'm finna
Song.
let y'all hear some of it. Hold on.
Tremaine.
Look,
I got it.
don't play no Jason Derulo because he can't sing either.
Tell
Song.
me why I thought B.O.B.
I got it. Here we go. Here we go. This song. I know y'all heard it.
Bob.
Wait, listen.
Bob and Tremaine.
Listen. Could be mine, even if you don't remember the night alone.
I have heard that.
The night alone. Cause I'm your type. If you got the wrong impression, the night alone. The night alone. So right here on this particular song, his vocals were solid. He was right there in that pocket, and you could hear some influences of MJ. So I was like, "Good job, Trey Songz." So he catches me from time to time, but overall,
I like the Trey songs and Kevin Hart songs.
Which one is that?
I
Which one is that?
do. That song.
I can't with you, bro. Not today, sir.
No,
Not today.
no.
So,
I'm sorry,
It's
but
an actual song.
What is it
but
called?
It's a song with Kevin Hart and Trey Songz.
Kevin
What is
Hart
it?
had me dying.
What's the name of the song though?
I gotta find it. I forgot.
Okay, but we got to get back to this. Music matters, y'all. Anyway,
Yes, it does.
so we did a tribute to music, to the music of the 1990s. Gabe did a good job too as the host. So that was dope. Because I was on him too. I was on all y'all pretty hard. So during that process, but and we were able to put something out. So another scene that was funny to me was the fog cue scene. Do y'all remember that one?
Couldn't forget it.
Fog cue.
That one was so like nail biter to me because I was like, I hope they get it.
But no, they did a good job with it. It hit. It landed right where because everybody.
It did.
I
Let me
like
tell
what you said. Watch your language. He's all watch your language. I'm just kidding.
He said, "Fuck you." We was like, "Ooh, sir, you good?" But listen, so that was funny. That was a good funny point. Another part that was funny to me was during I talked about just seeing James with you and Jeffrey, and y'all were going back and forth with each other. Y'all argument. Oh, James, you actually threatened to go upstairs and get a gun, bro. What was that about? You remember that?
Oh yeah.
You said, "I tell you what. How about I go upstairs and pull something?" I was ooh.
See how I alluded to it? See how I alluded though? It could have been a bat. It could have been a hammer. It could have been, but I'm going upstairs to get it.
I was like, "Ooh, it's about to get bloody." I was like, "Oh God!" I said, "This thing just turned to R-rated play."
I teetered right on. I gave him just enough.
Just a sprinkle. So another thing. So Amy, so you was in what you was in The Greatest Gift with me,
Yes.
as well as what other play you was in with me?
That was it. Just Music Matters was the first, and then The Greatest Gift was the second.
Okay, so you was in Greatest Gift. So you was in Greatest Gift 2017.
Yes.
Wow, Jerry, you played the same role, huh?
I wasn't in the second one.
No,
He wasn't. No. It was.
Who played the kids?
Zira came back.
Shanice.
I remember Zira.
Yeah, Shanice, you spun it off.
Oh,
Alyssa,
that's
Alyssa.
right. It was Denise. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Jeremy. Oh wow. Okay, I do remember. Right, I
mom.
remember. Huh?
Alyssa was the mom.
This year, Gma?
Yes.
No, Alondra was, right? Stan?
No, Alyssa.
No, Alondra was the mom. Remember, because she played opposite of me.
Alyssa
It was Gma.
Alyssa was Bronte.
Alyssa was Gma. Alyssa was Gma. She was the grandma, yeah.
Yeah, I call her Grunty, great aunt.
So good.
But she was Grant. She was Grunty in our Opel too. Remember?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So that was dope. Yeah, we got to do something for Opel and Greatest Gift. We'll do a live for that. But so after
Christmas,
watching
we might as well sing all the songs for Christmas.
I know, might as well, bro. They all original, so yeah, we can get away with it. Facebook won't flag us for that. But yeah, so dude, why are you looking up at me like that? You got
I'm listening to y'all.
I'm actually humble, man. You look up to me. I'm humble, bro. I'm humble. No, I was playing.
I'm saying.
But but so anyway, yeah. So James, so now that you a part of what you watched, did you find any extra funny stuff that we didn't talk about on this past Tuesday from watching it?
I think honestly, and it's almost in every scene. I can't like pinpoint it, but if you just take the time to like honestly just look at everybody's reaction in every scene one by one, you'll catch like somebody trying to keep it together real quick, or
Right.
you'll catch somebody make like an off face at like something that somebody did, or like especially the singing moments. Like there's times when people are on stage and if somebody hits a certain note, you'll see somebody in the back like.
Don't do me.
And I was like,
About that.
no, hey, it happened across the board, but it was just funny. It was like the little subtleties that I was like, oh, you shady, who did that? Hey.
So Amy, since you watched it back, what did you find? Did you find some silly stuff that we didn't talk about on this past Tuesday as it relates to the play itself?
Oh, let me think.
No, let me actually. Did you see the silly part that we was laughing about with you and the selfie
Yes,
stick?
yes, I did. Oh my gosh.
You said you didn't remember it.
I didn't remember at the time, but then when I watched it, I was like, "Oh my god, I forgot I did that." So
Yeah.
that was pretty funny. It was I don't like to watch myself, if that's a thing. I don't like to watch myself. So like when I was watching, I was kind of like cringing at myself, but it was the overall scene was pretty funny just because how like I executed everything. I noticed that I laughed a lot at James because James just be doing the like most randomest things, but it was so funny because like it just it matched his character so well that like you didn't even know if he was like acting or if that was just being him, like him at the time. But like I think overall that first scene when I come out screaming and like I think it went pretty good. So I was proud of myself. I hadn't acted in so long, so that was like the first time I had acted in a long time.
No,
Well, that was cool. Go ahead, James.
Oh no, I was gonna say the part where they said the debauchery thing, and everybody we all put our phones out and start like trying to look up like what he was saying and stuff. Just like the little stuff like that was just funny.
Dude, it is crazy because there was so much little subtle stuff that you kept doing, James, that I mean, so do you remember the time when so Benji wasn't in this scene? I think this and I screamed laughing at it today. When y'all came to Rasan's house and you did remember you did all that? So that was cool. That was funny.
To the sister.
Right. It was funny, yeah. So but when y'all got in and y'all was sitting on the couch. Shanice had said, "Oh, I remember y'all. Y'all were featured in Never Made It magazine or whatever." So she said that, and the audience started laughing. But Jay, do you know what you did? Do you know what you did? Do you remember what she was doing at that time? So watch this. To sort of kind of snort. I guess it was a little thing back at her. You was like, he was doing. I was like, what is he doing? And there were people in the audience that was pointing at you and them screaming, laughing. And I was like, because I was trying, where's this extra chatter coming from? I started looking at everybody, and then I saw you doing that, and people was like, what is he?
Look,
You was doing this crazy little
host.
shake thing, man. It was so stupid. I'm like, what's up with James, yo? It was funny, man. Y'all brought some elements of comedy that obviously I didn't write. That was just naturally y'all, and that made it a lot well funny to me because I was like, I didn't write that, but it was great. You know what I'm saying? And so that made it really, really cool and really funny. So if we do it again in Fresno, I feel the same way like James. I feel like we got to get all the same people back together again, and but we listen. Uprise got to work their butt off on that music. Otherwise, I'm telling you, it will be a lip sync battle. Ain't no, I'm not even gonna argue with y'all about it. I'm just like, if we can't get this music right, and that was the pressure on me. The name of the show is called Music Matters.
We're gonna switch Jeremy to lead. We're gonna switch Jeremy to lead, and then I'm gonna do a second. I'm gonna play second to him.
First
and then we're gonna be good after that.
We switching the music over to
True Hill.
Look, or some look, or we go we
TGT.
Well, but so then it'll be y'all responsibility to, but I mean, it has to be
yeah,
like
let me
popular stuff
see.
though.
It could be like
So
new
Yeah.
stuff, like
you got,
stuff.
yeah, it gotta be stuff that's popping that, because that's what people gonna relate to. And I think we had a good job with, I think we did a good job with the songs that we selected, but they probably didn't work in
No, but
y'all's favor
look, this was
vocally.
the
So
problem. This was the problem. Me and Jeremy was probably the only ones who actually knew these songs. So, so that was like the main problem with the group. It was like, wait, you ain't never heard? What? Like never at all? Damn. And
right.
you got the lead. It was like you got the lead and you ain't heard. Oh no.
But they still had 2 months to learn it. They, so
See, but and at the time I was still like shy to start singing again. So I was like, cool, I got this low part right here in the back.
Man.
dude, and so what was funny to me is because that's why I was tweaking so bad, and I know y'all saw the bad side of me, but I was tweaking because in my brain I was like, the show is called Music Matters, and we can't get this music right. That thing was it
I
was
remember you had told me
stressing.
that.
It
I
was
remember you told me that one
stressful.
day.
And then
So I
people
was
people
like,
have but no, people have bought tickets and people were like constantly buying tickets, and I was like, oh no, it's called
Look,
Music Matters.
so I'm gonna claim one song right now, and that's
Go
gonna be "If It Isn't Love," okay?
if
Because
it isn't that one.
we're gonna have to
Why
sing some
do I
nudity.
feel that
Yeah,
way?
Yeah, and
You
it's right in the group.
down my mind. Yeah, that could work.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm claiming that one, okay? Because we can work with that. Because even if there's one person leading, all we gotta do is get the background right. Okay, we can work on that. We can get that
Well,
right.
so go back, Jeremy. So when you watch it back tomorrow or tonight, whenever you watch it, just watch James every time y'all perform. Watch this. Watch him specifically watch him on especially on No Diggity. I
yeah.
mean, he
The beginning was
literally
probably the most apparent.
listen. He literally leaves the stage while still
I
standing right there.
remember. I remember.
I was sitting there and listen, y'all were like, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. Listen,
I
James
used
was
to
like,
say, was it a part of the divas?
what's he doing?
I know,
I,
but look, that I felt like it still played towards the character. Like, what is he doing?
yeah, no.
He ain't never serious.
But it
Oh,
also, so for people that's trying to figure out what is he doing, it could, I guess it was brilliant because it was a good distraction from the music to
Look,
a degree, perhaps because doing Pretty Brown Eyes. Watch James, but watch me too. But watch James because he's sitting there like, mm. Especially while Sam was singing, and I'm sitting there like in the background. If you can get close enough to your TV,
It's like,
you'll see. Because I was on my phone. I'm sitting there texting like the stage manager, the lighting people. Like, here's what I need. When this is done, I'm literally
no,
running the show from
you
my phone.
you looked gradually upset, and then there was like a note that was hit, and like said people looking, they might have saw you, and they might have thought that like your movement was like, oh, he felt that. Your movement was like, the hell is this?
seriously.
Like, it was like you had to see a moment where you had to remember you was on stage.
Dude, dude, that whole I didn't enjoy it doing it, but watching it back brought me so much joy.
I'm
I
still
promise you,
watching
I
that
was so
tonight.
frustrated. Another thing too, Jeremy. So now during the show, I had no intentions, obviously, because we had enough R&B music from the '90s that can fill up any show. I had no intention of writing a song, but when I was writing the scene with you and your pops, I ended up writing a song called "I'm Not You," and that song was actually interesting in a lot of ways. I had a lot of people like, man, that song it spoke to me. So tell me, how did you prepare? Because you were saying that Jag's character. So help me understand. You said at the end, I guess as Jag was evolving in the play, that sort of kind of related to where you were in your life at the time.
Yeah. So in that, it's like it's so interesting. I think us as creatives, we at times get in these spaces where we feel like we don't know exactly where we're trying to go, right? Or we're waiting on like affirmation from somebody else, or we're just like me in general. I think as a person, I always have been compared to either my brother, always compared to my father, or always compared to somebody else. When in reality, I am definitely similar to them in ways, but I'm so different in so many other ways. But people never really took the time to realize like my creativity. And so at times I would struggle because I'd be like, oh well, I need to be like this and this. But creatively, I was like the other end of the spectrum. And so like just singing that song and being able to just really get that out, that emotion of like, dude, like I can't be you if I want to, and I'm not made to be you, and I need you to understand that because to me it was like me giving myself permission to finally say like I'm gonna do my thing, whether you like it or not, whether it's something you agree with or not. Like it's just time for me to do me. Um, and just in that realm it was really freeing, and I think a lot of people connected to that because especially in like the religious sector, right? This pastor doesn't want your son or your daughter singing
Right.
music,
Right.
and it's like that is like, so first of all it's backwards because like most pastors, like if you catch them outside of church, they're singing their favorite songs, and these songs are old school throwbacks. I mean, I don't care if it's smooth jazz, I don't care what it is, it's secular, it's not
It's
gospel.
definitely smooth
Yeah.
jazz most of the time
So
for sure.
and so it's like, and you find the hip hop heads like all these, like you straight up over here rapping some E40, some Tupac, some Biggie, like some Black Thought. Like you can miss me with all that because you definitely know a lot more than gospel, right? And so like it was so cool to break down some stereotypes of like, well, if you're a Christian or if you believe in God, that you can only sing gospel music. So it's like, nah, bro. Like music inspires, right? And so when we put a box around, um, music, like it actually is very um, hurtful to the experience. Because I know there's
Absolutely.
plenty of songs that aren't gospel. There's plenty of secular songs that have literally inspired me in so many different ways. It just kept your spirits up in so many ways, right?
Absolutely. I
Like,
actually, let me just interject. I actually hate genres, by the way. I hate the idea of genres because I've always thought of it as a cap for creatives.
yep,
Because now you're telling me that this is because I'm singing a certain style of music. This is my cap. I can't venture off and sing maybe a country song, or
yep,
if I'm labeled as an R&B artist. Oh man, if I sing now a gospel song or inspirational song, I will probably get some flack maybe from some Christian people like, how you gonna sing gospel music and you was just singing uh some R&B stuff before, and so that's why I hate genres, because I think it limits the creative, it limits the artist. As an artist, man, we can't be capped. We have to be free to create however it comes to us. There are songs that I get that I'm inspired to write. It's about social stuff. It's relationships, love stuff. It's
yep,
about God. It's about sex, and all that stuff is a part of our natural being, right? And so I
mhm,
don't understand why people get like issues like, oh, if you're a Christian, you can't write no song about no sex, as if they didn't do it, as if Christians don't do that. It is weird. It's just weird,
yep,
and I think it's hypocrisy. It speaks to the hypocrisy that comes with our religious people at times. So I
yep,
think in writing, I wanted to make sure I challenge those paradigms. So
Um,
definitely.
if I could add to that, like, saying about genres, me personally, like, I grew up in church, and, my dad being a pastor, worship pastor, like, obviously all I sang in church was church songs. Like, if somebody says sing a song, the first thing I think is a church song before any other type of song. And my
right,
go-to songs are like songs that I had to kind of learn on my own and like kind of
absolutely,
venture out on my own. And so for me, like, going into the music scene, that was a huge change because growing up in church, all I knew was Christian songs. So I can't go into a club and sing like, how great is our God, or like it's a whole different like a whole different scene. But gratefully growing up, like my dad was a lover of music. So music was always just in the house. And whether it was like you were saying, oldies, like my dad listened to Q97 all the time. So I
Man.
grew up listening to the Temptations and Earth, Wind and Fire and like just all those like throwback type music. But it made me grow like to love music. And like one genre that I'm still like is, and no offense, but country is just, it's one of those
Oh,
things
please, yeah.
gradually get into because I didn't understand the artistry of country.
Yep.
But then when I heard Tennessee Whiskey by Chris, I think it's, I don't know how to say his last name. Stapleton? Like,
Yeah, that's good. We
okay.
know you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
So like I've heard different renditions of that. And for some reason, like the whole, like I have a friend of mine, she sings and she sang that song one night. And she brought like a church gospel feel to it. And oh man, like just like knowing those genres and what you can bring to a song
Right.
that is
Mhm.
never even meant to be sang that way is the beauty of the
Right.
artistry. It's because
Absolutely.
like I consider myself more of like a soulful Latin singer. So I feel like I grew up with more of that tone, but also to have a high pitch. So like I can sing a lot of like the Hillsong and stuff too because I grew up listening to all that and like hearing the tones. But I mean, for me, my biggest challenge is wanting to learn other genres and to sing other genres. Like I would love to sing in Portuguese. Like if that's a whole other level, or French, But those are things that I feel like music has always kind of there's a lot of it. There's a lot of different genres, but there's never really been that person to really branch out. And those people who have been super successful in those, like I mean, gosh, I can't even think. I mean, look at Stevie Wonder.
Shakira.
Stevie Wonder, like he's known everywhere, like in China and in Europe. Like he's been on tour. He's definitely everybody knows him. Michael Jackson, like those are people who have made difference, and like they've stuck to their genres, of course, but they were willing to take risks, and I think that's like the biggest thing about music is taking those risks and knowing like that it shouldn't have to be just in this small category. Like, and I feel like nowadays that's what people are doing. They're definitely bringing a new turn to music,
Yep.
and I love it. I mean, oh my gosh, like I can hear, like I've been really into EDM recently, and it's so
Mhm.
weird because EDM was not a thing that I did like listen to. But if you hear some of the songs that are created, like it's crazy. Like it's a whole other world, and how
Absolutely.
they have so many different categories in just EDM. And
Yep.
it's like, and I have friends that like, they listen to that music, they go to like raving and stuff, and I'm like, okay, who's this, and what kind of what type of EDM is this? And it's just like, trying to figure out what the different types of music that there is out there, and there is a whole world of music. Like if you ever get a chance just to branch out and to listen to different genres, I suggest it because especially for artists who are looking to find like their sound, like branch out, listen, like get an idea of what you might be surprised at what you can do, like what you can sing. And I know for me, like I've been really trying to just open my mind and my heart into like different styles because I
Absolutely.
don't want to keep myself secluded or in this small little box of, oh, she only sings R&B, she only sings jazz, or she only sings gospel. It's like, no, I have a wide range of what I love and what I want to sing. And so if I can master those things, then I can bring more to the table and not just
Absolutely.
like secluded to those one type of genres. So
Right.
I
But I
think that's
think that's a part of extending your range. And I think and that's why I hate genres. And because again, they box you in. And I think every artist should expand their range to as much as they can. When I'm even sometimes when I'm doing karaoke, sometimes I will do even though I mean my natural style is sort of kind of soulful, I'll break out into I've done a John Mayer tune. You know what I'm saying? I'll just branch off just to constantly expand my abilities and expand my ideas. Like I listen to a lot of John Mayer. I'm like, I'm gonna do say what you want. I'm gonna do say, and it's just random because
yeah,
I know how the song goes, and walking like one man on me, and I'm in,
yeah,
And but yeah, you gotta. you've got to expand your range, because that's how you can fit anywhere you need to fit, anywhere you want to fit, obviously.
For sure.
So James, I know you've been quiet, so we've been talking about genres and how we dislike genres, and I know you've been eating quite a bit, not sharing, which is interesting. So tell us, tell us, what do you think about genres as it relates to creatives? Do you think that boxes them in, or they should be in genres?
It's a way to pigeonhole people. And then if we want to look at when genres really became like, not to get too far into it, but when genres really became more of a stronger label, it was to keep Black artists in a bubble. So that's another reason why I don't really like care for genre like that, because, and I don't like when somebody asks me like, oh, what do you like to listen to? Because I want to give you like, I'll tell you like Kansas, and then like G Perico from South Central, and then turn around and tell you Sia at the same time. Like, there's a lot of different things. So yeah, I just don't like genres because it puts you in a bubble. And then if you're eclectic, or if you like music, it should just be about the music. It shouldn't necessarily be about, oh, I only listen to this genre, because now you're falling into the closed-minded gap. You're being narrow-minded, and you're limiting your own experience that you could have as a listener or even as an artist. So I just think it's a small-minded thing that was made up just to keep people small-minded. So
Yeah. I want to hear the full range of who a person is as a creative, and so I love it when I hear artists like I love Joe, old school Joe. Now you
Oh
remember,
yeah.
did y'all watch Joe? He did a rendition of one of Adele's songs. Did y'all hear it?
hello,
When I
hello,
say yeah,
it's on my
what
playlist right now.
Killed
listen,
it.
when I say he murked that song, I was like, bruh. I mean,
Yep.
he
Hey, since you
ain't
said something about covers,
yeah.
I need all of y'all to listen to Kiki Wyatt's cover album.
I've heard it. So which song you like? Like
Okay.
All
particularly?
of them, all of them.
Have you heard of it? Have you heard it,
It's
Amy?
Kiki. It's
I'm
Yeah,
Kiki.
it's
downloading
Kiki.
right now.
Yeah, it's Kiki. She's solid. She's solid. Now let me say this. Let me say this. What the I think probably the only one I didn't like, I'm being honest, and you're a producer, so you'll go back and you'll be able to hear all the stuff I heard. I didn't like Love on Top.
Hmm.
I know what you're talking about already. Yeah,
Now, I know she did some cold stuff
she
in there,
did. She
some
did.
color stuff,
It's
and it
that
was
one.
on
That one was a
point.
production failure. I feel like more so.
On so many levels, it was a production
Yeah.
failure because you can hear her
Yeah.
punching in, you can hear her
Yep.
punching in on some of the stuff, and
Yep.
it's like, oh
Now
no, this don't even feel natural.
it almost sound like it was a last minute raw cut that they mixed, but they didn't master it. They just mixed it. They just put a
Ugh,
little on top,
it is
and you
so
lucky
bad.
that and you lucky Kiki voices. So not, they was taken away by her voice. They wasn't listening to how they made her voice come across. Like, you messed up. You was trying to get that quick check. I see what you
Right,
did.
right. And so that's one of the only songs I dislike because I think
Yeah,
it was the production was sloppy,
all the
and
way.
one, you know what she can do vocally, so it's
Hmm.
like, and
And
whoever's
you could hear the frustration at certain points of the punch-ins too, because Kiki's voice is super relaxed.
yeah, yeah,
No matter what she does, it's very relaxed.
yeah,
So you could tell that there was probably a lot of back and forth in that
yeah.
session.
And you can hear it, especially when you get to those key changes. Put the love on
The
top.
modulations,
Oh
yeah.
my
No,
God.
that was when I really was like, that's what y'all gonna do to her for real? Okay.
Yeah, it was so
Because
frustrating
I know
because
it wasn't her. Because I could tell there were parts where she, knowing her, where she carried into that modulation, and then the dude producing probably cut it and was like, "Oh, I want to do it like this," and she probably got mad and was like, "You know what? Just go ahead, punch me in right here. Go ahead, I'm gonna give it to you. Just punch me in." Whereas
yeah, it's
you know she got that twang in her. She don't care.
yeah, she got a lot of twang in there. But that's good. So these are good subjects to talk about, especially as it relates to music. Um, who else does covers that y'all listen to? Like, I mean, Mercer. Let me ask y'all this: did y'all watch the first season of Mass Singer?
Yes,
Mm-mm.
watched all of them.
That Gladys Knight. Listen, y'all sleep.
Boy,
Go back and watch the first season of The Masked Singer. Gladys Knight is that bee. When I
she
say
was
Mm.
on there,
she
boy.
was she was Queen Bee on the show, she was the character of a bee. One, when
Hmm.
you first hear, if you know Gladys's voice, you know it's
You
her.
know it when you
But
hear it. Yeah.
all these pop songs, Wrecking Ball. She
She
murdered. When I say
murdered
she
them.
murdered them
Like if
songs,
you
bro.
already liked those songs a little bit from the artist, you only gonna want to hear it from her after that.
Gladys. I mean,
You're gonna be like, oh, that
dude,
was her song. I see what happened. That was her
I'm
song, and she
telling
let you
you,
sing it. Okay,
du-
okay.
Gladys murked them song. I was like, ooh, Gladys, dude, dude, please do me a huge favor. If you think anything of me musically, go back and watch that first season of The
Man,
Masked Singer and listen to hey Amanda, how are you? And go back and listen to that Gladys Knight singing them songs. I mean, every
and
single
then
one she slayed.
Dionne Warwick. I forgot what season she was on, but she did a great job too when she
She
was
did,
on there.
but you can tell it was her like immediately.
Oh yeah,
So you can
oh
tell it
yeah.
was Dion.
Same,
Same thing with
same
Shaka
with
Khan.
Shaka Khan.
Shaka can. I was like, Shaka, you can't fool me.
Yo,
Now let me say this last season. Did you watch one with Candy Burrs?
Yeah. Okay.
Now,
First of all, can I just say, whoever didn't know it was Bow Wow, that was the frog. There's something wrong with your ear. Something wrong with your life.
but
We
no,
had to know it was Bow Wow. And we put the $100 out with the 5 and the 1, 106, 106 in Park.
I'm dead.
he, so I mean
But
that
he
was
had to
that
do
was
the let me hold you.
Hey, I like that music video.
Hey, that song come on right now. Everybody's shoulders gonna start moving.
like, come on through. Now I'll be honest with you. That one got past me a little bit because I thought I was sold on that. I thought because I wasn't paying attention to a lot of the clues because I'm not a huge Bow Wow fan to follow him all the way back to the whatever.
Bow Wow was for me in my childhood, so I get it.
Yeah.
Like Mike. Did you ever watch Like
Yeah,
Mike?
yeah, I did.
think
I
I
watched
did.
that corny ass movie and I loved
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
I did. I
Calvin.
did.
Hey, Calvin.
that made his career. What you talking about?
it. I went outside, started dribbling with my headphones on to the little music video he did for it. I like the way he dribble up and down the court. He redid that song. Yup. I was
Yeah,
that corny kid. I wore my jersey backwards. I don't care.
So I'm telling you, so shows y'all gotta watch. Y'all go back, watch the first season or all the seasons of Masked Singer. That's dope. I'm gonna tell you another show music that y'all will be impressed with is Songland. Y'all watch Songland?
Oh yes.
Watch Songland. I'm telling you, bro. Songland will bless you because it's about they so every week they have a different artist on the show, and the artist is looking for their next single, so they bring in these songwriters that just pitching them songs. And if they like the songs, they'll take them to the second round, and they sit with the producers, and they're trying to put the song together. Dude, it is a great show. Ain't nothing wrong with Songland. I know it
Sometimes
don't.
the way
Huh?
they flip those songs too, it's like it was written one way and then just like complete.
That's that magic. That's that music magic. I'm telling you. Yeah. So
I think
James, as a producer, you would love this show. I promise you will love it. Because like the songwriters come in and they may sing their song and it's sort of kind of raw. And then if the featured artists like it, they be like, okay, yeah, I like that song. So let's take it to the next round. They go in the studio, they may change some of the words, and then they may arrange the chorus a different way, or change the hook, or change the verse, and just to watch all of that mechanics work. And then what they come out with at the last scene, they got to pitch it back to the artist. And if the artist likes it, he'll pick it
Because
for the.
you know, with all those arrangements, I'm gonna listen for all that, and then the next part I'm gonna be like, okay, let's see where that vocal arrangement was placed at.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah,
next thing. Because
yeah.
sometimes production may fall short, but you better have your vocal arrangement right there. Like,
Yep.
So definitely watch Songland, watch The Masked Singers. Those are great music shows. I would probably say on TV right now. Now I wish they would bring back the 4 because the 4 was hidden when it was on.
that was oh man.
Y'all didn't watch the 4?
I watched the 4.
James, you didn't watch the 4? Bruh, it was on Fox. Go to Fox On Demand and watch. It's like 2 seasons. What? Watch the 4, bro. Trust me. I'm telling you, watch the 4, man. Watch the 4. Jeremy, stop playing, Jeremy. Stop playing. Jeremy, look at me, man. Look at me. Amy.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
I know
Okay,
that
so cool.
that
No.
Rhythm and Flow was really dope too. I actually really enjoyed Rhythm and
On
Flow.
Netflix, yes, sir.
Rhythm and
That's
Flow was
dope.
cool.
Rhythm and
I
Flow
haven't
on
watched that
Netflix.
either.
Is that the one on? Is that the one where it's like in the 70s? Like
No, it's Cardi B. That's the one that
Nah.
Cardi B was
Look,
in.
y'all.
Cardi,
Look, y'all.
T.I., and Chance.
something
I
totally.
went
They're
into
the
this.
judges.
I went into this deep, weird quarantine, watching everything I wouldn't watch on a usual basis, and now I like it. So I've been watching a lot of weird. Like y'all need to watch Tiny Creatures. That's great. It's a great show. It's a great show on Netflix. It's about little creatures that you got to see how they go about their day. How little rats survive, and little mice and geckos and all that. Makes you appreciate the little man. You know what I'm saying? It's real nice. You can watch it with kids, watch it with the family. Watch it after medicating. I don't know. It's great. It's great. And then there's another show called Hyperdrive. They drive cars on these great little obstacle courses, and they got people from all over. It's great. It's great. It's
And
great.
so
You'll enjoy
now,
it.
and that relates to music. How? Sorry.
I'm just letting y'all know where I've been at, so I'm taking all this in. Because
You gotta let some out.
I
So
need
you
to-
can take them in.
yeah, I gotta get back into some musical show. I didn't know all this was going on. I feel like I've been gone. I feel like I've been locked up, like
I'm
because of
telling you.
quarantine. But we have locked up. Oh,
Locked up. That butter. You talking about that said? That said you could entertain it, right? Locked up. Did you watch
all
that?
right.
So on Netflix, Cedric the Entertainer has a comedy special, and he
He
was
does. I ain't seen it yet. Dion
man, go
Coles is
watch it.
hilarious.
Oh, Dion Cole's solid. Yeah, yeah.
Slap sound like a
Both
plan.
of them. Both of them. He has two on Netflix. Both of them will take you out of here. Dion Cole. Did you watch the first one? The
I
Cold
watched
Hearted.
the one. Okay, I watched Cold Hearted, and then there was another. There was one where he had like a weird see-through shirt on. It was weird, but I watched it.
So it was one called the first one was the seminar, the Cold Hearted Seminar, something like that. Either way, it's two. Check both of them out there. If you want to laugh, that's gonna get you right. And of course, everything Dave Chappelle on Netflix will take you
Oh
out.
my gosh, yes.
Everything Dave Chappelle.
Did
Everything.
you watch the last one?
I watched everything Dave Chappelle on Netflix.
That was so needed.
Yeah. You talking about the 846 one?
Yes.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I did watch that one. Man, yeah, I watched it. But all Dave Chappelle, dude, he can't do no wrong. He king in the earth, doc. He's the king of comedy. I'm telling you.
Nah.
He's the man out there. Now, are y'all
I saw
excited about
Sticks and Stones when I was in Mexico. I laughed so hard.
It's great. Great. So now there is so Amy, you was talking about Hustle and Flow. And that the one that's on Netflix, the one with Cardi B?
So no, that one is Rhythm and Flow.
Oh, is that what you were talking about, Jeremy? Rhythm and Flow?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was a good one on Netflix, Rhythm and Flow, with boy, this boy ignorant. Watch this one down in this corner. He's so crazy. So that was a good one. The one from Netflix, Rhythm and Flow with Cardi B. That's a good one. That's a good one. It's a good series to watch. So back to we about to get offline. We getting off right at 60 minutes. So we got 7 minutes left. Because James is about to take me through. So musically, what are y'all watching on TV? How are you all staying sharp musically? What are you doing to challenge your ear? That's a good question. What are y'all doing to challenge your ear during this downtime for some of us?
Oh, Jeremy.
Go ahead, Amy.
Am I starting?
I was gonna say Jeremy can go first because I gotta think.
I know. So I've actually been on YouTube because there's so much hidden talent on YouTube. It's a shame. And then just like the access, and I've even jumped back into SoundCloud. And I thought SoundCloud was like extinct. But I just listen to like Amine, right? And I don't really listen to a lot of like newer rap because it's just like, for the most part, I didn't connect with it. But during this like time, Amine he's pushing some heat right now. And then I've just been like looking into like some of these producers who are either chopping and chopping and storing these tracks and just stuff like that. And there's this dude, he has less than 5,000 like subscribers, but he has flipped like 25 different tracks that I was just like, he's in the cut. Like every groove is there. Like he will chop something. He's chopped from like Brent Fires. He's chopped from Michael Jackson, Prince, like all these so many different artists, and he's either swung it into an R&B song or a hip hop song. And so to me, it's just so cool because, and it kind of goes back to what we're talking about not capping a genre. Because if you pay attention, you can actually, it's like DNA. You can take a piece, add it in
Oh
the
yeah,
right
yeah.
spot, and you just
Mhm.
created a whole new strand, right? And so like I've just been really getting into like the beat portion of a bunch of different songs, and then with that, there's this new app. Well, it's old now, but it's called Voicey. And so people will upload beats, and you literally can just like sing and freestyle to them, and it's super fun. So I've been getting back into that. So
So Amy, do you use Voicey?
I don't, but I've seen it, and I downloaded Smule when
get
quarantine
it,
was happening,
get Voicey,
and
get it.
I've seen a couple people use it. And actually, I was tempted, but I
But you know,
downloaded Smule because I had a friend that she had Smule, and she was like, "You need to download this so we can do like duets and stuff." So that's why I downloaded it. I only did like one cover. That was it.
But so yeah, the Boise I've heard of. I haven't downloaded it yet. But people that have used it that I've heard, they use too much of the auto tune. It seems like I was like maybe the app is just set up that way. But I hate all that
yeah,
auto tune. It's like
yeah.
I can't hear your natural voice. I don't know if you are singing or you T-paining out in these streets. I don't know which one it is.
Hey, I
It's
bought
too
that
audio tune heavy.
Yeah, I hate that about it though.
So you can adjust how much. So that's the best thing about Voicey. So they have so many different effects that you literally get to pick how much of it is used. But that's where you really get to see who's the singers and who aren't. Because people who highly overuse, because you can get a nice little twang out of the auto tune sometimes. But yeah, sometimes people just go overboard. And I'm like,
But and I think it could be just operator error because I know people that can really sing, but when they do the stuff on Voisey and they'll send it to me, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna stop playing. I ain't gonna touch this out because of all that auto tune is on there. I'm like, girl, I mean, yeah, it's
It
interesting.
might have
And
been the way
maybe
they record it too, because
right, yeah.
sometimes with headphones with mics or even wireless headphones, sometimes they'll have a lag. Uh, it might be in a room that has a lot of backfeed, so just
Hmm.
depends. Some of that stuff be sensitive.
you
So
know,
James, what are you doing to sharpen your music ear?
I started dancing again a lot.
hey,
So
Gotcha.
yeah,
I knew it
I
was gonna
went
come
back
back for
to
you.
yeah. Well, I live out here in Vegas with tie dyes and everybody out here in Crush and all them. So uh, plus I even started listening to just as far as like music. I started going more towards stuff that gives me a better musical vibe per se, more so than like I don't know, because I would listen to stuff like according to my mood. A lot of times I started noticing I was listening to a lot of aggressive music and a lot of heartbreak music. So then
Yeah.
I was like, let me get myself a good balance. As far as music goes, there's three people I'm listening to right now. And then I'll get back to the dancing real quick. But three people, Snow Allegra, love
Oh,
her. Oh
oh,
my God.
I
Yep,
was
Oh
just
my
gonna mention
God.
her too. Oh my god, I'm so glad you said that.
Ugh,
She's
cold,
amazing.
ugh, love
cold.
her. Tiana Taylor, right now
Yeah.
for the last like year or two, I've been just stuck on her. And then number three is gonna have to go to two people. Kaylani's new stuff, I love it. She's amazing for that. And Amel Larue from now until anything she's ever sang on a song, I love her. Her voice is amazing.
Gotcha.
They just put you in a better place. I feel like those are very therapeutic sounding women. Um,
Say their names again.
Snow Allegra, Tiana Taylor, Kaylani, and Amel Larue. So yeah, but as far as like the dancing, it's something that I was doing like way before I was like actively doing music. It's always helped me like connect to music a lot stronger, which is why I have an ear for production and things like that because I'll hear different things in the music. So even getting back into dancing is helping me uh, how I listen to music and how I hear music and how I feel music. And then one of my friends that I got into dancing with, like when I really started taking it serious back when I was like 13 or whatever, he had recently passed away in March. So that, and I remember one of our last few conversations was about how he wanted to see me dancing again and like why I'm not dancing with his brother, Tight Eyes, and all this other stuff. So, yeah, after he passed away, it made me want to take it a little bit more serious than before. So,
Yeah. No, I get
yeah,
it. I get it. I'm sorry for your loss, man. Yeah.
that's, yeah.
Amy, so what have you been doing to keep your ears sharpened?
Honestly, yeah, like I said, YouTube, Instagram has been like popping up some artists in my, my feed also. So when I hear like new music that they release, it like sponsors and all that stuff come up, and I've actually come across some really good artists. And a lot of it is just like a mixture for me. Like I said, EDM is something that I've kind of gotten into, just more for the music part, not so much the lyric or like the singing, the vocals. It's more
Yeah.
so for the music and the dynamics of music and things like that. I'm actually like trying to actually like make a EDM song. Hopefully soon. I have a couple friends
It's
that
dope. Yeah.
are DJs, and I just kind of, so if y'all know
It'll
anybody,
be dope. Yeah.
vocalist that's doing some EDM, hit me up. Okay. Um,
No, hit me up. Hit me up. I can get you some tracks too.
yeah, no, and
Yeah.
like I said, that's just something that I've been kind of going towards. Also, too, like my writing, just kind of like writing when I'm in the moment, when I'm feeling something. It's just kind of like putting my thoughts down. It's nothing like laid out. It's just more so putting, stuff on paper. Just because like when you have that idea, and sometimes it's like, oh, I better write this down because I'll forget.
Right.
I'm notorious for doing that, or I'll like record myself on my phone. Like, just I
Yep.
hear a melody or I hear something, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna save this, come
Absolutely.
back to it later.
Absolutely.
I might
Absolutely.
need it later. So,
That's right. That's right.
but some artists
Check
that
out
I,
check
oh,
out too Idris Elba, the actor.
uh-huh.
He actually has an EDM album.
Yeah.
He has yeah, it's actually pretty dope. Y'all check it
Yeah,
out. And you
yeah,
can just go to iTunes or whatever you use and just type in
mhm,
Idris Elba, all of it will come up. He has
yeah,
this song called Bali that is just a
It
it is
doesn't
really, really
surprise me though, because isn't he European?
yeah. That's
Yeah, so
yeah.
yeah, that makes sense. That makes
yeah.
sense.
Another artist that I kind of been listening to is Moxie Knox. I don't know
Um,
if you guys heard of her. Love
um,
Me Right. That song, oh my gosh. That when I heard that song, I had just like gone through something. And it really spoke to me. But the lyrics in that song and the way she like just, delivered, she's a great singer too. Her style is like more so that like trap R&B, which I like. I don't know what it is, but it did something to me. um, Snow Allegra is another beast that I'm like obsessed with her. She just, her tone, like it's just so pure. It's so vintage too. Like I haven't heard that tone in a long time. So for me, it's exciting to hear those like new artists that are starting to uprise are starting to surface.
Yo, we're uprise. It's crazy.
It's awesome, and like even just kind of making myself sit and listen to like even stuff that I haven't heard in years, like reminiscing on music that I haven't heard in a very long time. I've noticed I've been doing a lot more like gospel that I haven't heard in a long time, Christian music that I haven't really listened to since I was young. And like, man, bring back so much memories
Yeah.
of just where I started. And I think that's kind of what I needed, is to go back to where I started, because I feel like since, the 3 years that I started, with Music Matters, like that was kind of the year that I started branching out and kind of becoming my own artist.
Yeah.
And that's, and now to look back at it, I laugh at myself because, so going back to talking about Music Matters, how we were saying about singing and stuff, how obviously it was all live, no tapes, no nothing other than the music. But watching it and hearing myself sing and not hitting certain notes, I'm like, oh no, Amy, that is not how we do things.
A
But
lot of that I felt like was nerves with certain people.
and
Certain
it,
people it was
Mhm.
nerves.
and it
Other
definitely
people
was.
it
It was intentional.
Some was intentional, but no,
No.
going back and listening to myself, like I always try to build off of that. Like, okay, you didn't do it this time, but this time let's try it this way. And it's like constantly, kind of giving myself challenges so that way the next time I do have to sing that song again, I sing it differently, or I can hit the note now. Like as I told Charlie, I was like, just know I can hit that note now.
Oh yeah.
I got 3 years practice.
Right.
So we have
Yeah.
the reunion. I will hit the note this time.
I got you.
But
I
no,
got you.
definitely just making myself more open to artists, and like I said, it's just keeping myself connected to my roots, but also to branching out and learning about new artists, and like bringing that what they bring kind of to the table, but in my own way, in my own vision. So that's kind of how I've been staying afloat, really.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Covers. I mean, I probably actually I will be doing a cover pretty soon, so keep a lookout for that.
What's
No,
your YouTube link? What's your YouTube link?
Here's what we're gonna do. No, here's what we're gonna do, Amy. We're going to Jamie. I mean not Jamie. I'm saying Jamie. What's up, Jamie Simon? I'm sorry. I know you hit me up earlier. Hey, bro, I love you, man. But Jeremy, you are gonna find a song to do on a live, and Amy, you find a song to do on a live, and I'm gonna do a special live called "Pass the Mic." And so, James, Jeremy, you'll have your song. Amy, you have your song. James, you want in?
I don't care.
Get your song, man. And so
I'm gonna shock the hell out of y'all.
We're gonna call it.
You can't do
Now,
that no more.
Here's what we got it now. Here's because we're gonna have to rehearse, so we can use this platform to rehearse too. So what we got to do is, so we'll have to so pick your song, and then we'll come in this space, and we'll before we go live, obviously, we'll hear everybody's song and like, okay, cool, make sure the audio, everything is dope, and then we'll promote it. We'll call it Pass the Mic, and everybody will do a song, and we'll do a cover or something.
I'm down. I'm down with that.
That'll be dope.
I miss karaoke, so
Let's do it. But I mean,
all I can do is sing in this house.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it in probably 2 weeks because I have some scheduled shows. Oh yeah, for sure. Amanda is going down. We're gonna make it happen. It's gonna be live.
Yes, girl.
But yeah, so we're gonna call it Pastor Mike. I just had the idea. So Pastor Mike. So I'm gonna hit up probably a few people. So we'll probably be on for probably like an hour, and it'll be like our talent show, our version of a talent show. And of course, the idea is not anybody winning, but I just want everybody to put their best into it because I'm gonna promote it really, really well. So that'll be a dope. That'll be a great way we can give back for Music Matters. So find a track, find your track, and then if y'all want to do something cool with your background and whatever, just so it feels whatever, you can have you like a little play mic or whatever. Just make it amazing.
I'm gonna have some incense. I'm gonna be in a robe. I'm gonna have a cigar just sitting in the back on a stand. I'm gonna have a glass of wine.
But I'm saying,
my foot up.
Put all your creative into it to make your segment, whatever the 5 minutes or whatever you got, make it pop. However you want to do it.
I'm a lip
sync. You want to get lights and do all that. That's allowed. That's allowed. You can do lip sync. Nobody cares. But only thing you got to sing because lip sync may not work.
Why can't I do two? I'll sing one and then I'm gonna lip sync another one.
No. Here's the reason why. Because on Facebook, if you just let music play, they'll delete it because I feel like it's copyright.
All right, so look, Jeremy gonna sing. I'ma act it out.
I'm doing
it. How about I sing and you?
Oh shoot, let me get a wig. I'll be sitting here.
All right, so that's what we're doing. So hey, if y'all want to, let's go ahead and set a date for it. I know the next 2 weeks I have scheduled guests, so let's do it. Let's see.
I'm actually about to be in Fresno one of these weeks, so let me check.
Today is
yeah.
I
already got the days off.
So do y'all want to do it? Do y'all want to do it September the 1st or the 15th?
The 15th, because I won't be in town. My birthday's on the 3rd of September, so.
All right. So I'm gonna start promoting it maybe like next week.
Okay.
That's fine with me.
So y'all got first dibs on the positions. So if I'm gonna let the people in the Music Matters room know if they want to be a part of it, they gotta let me know. And they gotta go ahead and pick their song and then start working on your scene. So if you're gonna, your song is 4 minutes, let's go. We're gonna make that thing right. And we're gonna be doing it live. So we'll promote it. And I may not sing.
Be 6 minutes. Y'all gonna get 1:45 out of these smoking lungs, boy. That's all you getting, okay? That's it. I'm
all right, so pass the mic. Hey, those of you that are watching, mark your calendars. Pass the Mic is happening September the 15th. We're gonna do it in the evening time, so we'll probably do it around this time, either 7 or 8ish. What's wrong? 6?
15. 1 5.
What did I say?
You know she a thug. She was like 15.
What did I say?
15,
15
honey.
what?
No, you said it right. She was just reiterating.
She was. You said it right. She was just holding up the number like 1-5. Cause she a thug. She be like 1-5, nigga. I mean,
Oh, wait.
Bruh,
September 2020. 2020.
So all right. So September 15th, we're doing Pass the Mic. So if you know artists, I'm only gonna take 10 because I want to be here on here all night. So so you all the first 3. I may do some, I may not, because if we get a lot of people, then I'll just bow out of it and let y'all do it.
I'm gonna get the homegirl Haley on here.
Oh, you got to get our girl from Jeremy, your friend Kenzie. Get Kenzie on. She could do one of her singles. That'd be dope. So hit up Kenzie. And then I got some artist friends I'm gonna hit up in the ATL and the Shy. We're gonna make this thing live, y'all. It's gonna be fun. September 15th though. All right, so that's the 15th. So y'all got time if you need to get off work and schedule stuff, go ahead and let people know, hey, I'm off. I need to be off so I can be on.
What day is that?
It's a Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it'll be my moments of clarity evening time. I may do one in the morning, but I'll come back for this one. So that sounds like fun. I think we'll do that. Pass the mic.
My best time would be evening, just because I work during.
No, it's gonna be evening time. It's gonna be around 7 p.m. Yeah, it'll be 7 p.m. So I'm trying to do it. So it may be 6 or 7 because like for people that are on the East Coast, that means it's 9 o'clock for them if we do it at 6. And then people Central is 8. That's not too bad. If people got to get up and go to work, I want them to be able to, adjust. And yeah, so we'll figure it out. I'll hit with people and we'll make it work. So if you know people that would, I'm only gonna pick I'm gonna pick 10 people. That's it. I'm not gonna say who I'm gonna pick, but I'm gonna pick 10 people. So since y'all on talking to me, so I'm only gonna pick 7 more people. So we'll get that solidified. So if y'all know people, tell them hit me up. But they got to be able to sing now. This ain't.
Trust me. I'll bring my homegirl Haley on here.
Haley, they got to be able to sing. Now. I don't want people to be.
Haley gonna make you shed a tear.
Haley from Fresno.
Yeah,
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. Okay. So they got to be able to sing. Yeah. So we can't get nobody with. We can't do that. No. Not on. Yeah, we can't. Ain't nobody barking and barcode. We're not doing that. So right. Because I'll be honest with you, I will remove them from. I'll be like, think. Yeah, we didn't make.
He'll be like, Charlie gonna be like, it looked like the connection went out.
It's terrible, y'all. Jesus,
it's bad. It wasn't choppy. It was choppy to me.
I would do it straight up and through here. So I'm gonna do it. Moments of clarity. We're gonna do a pass the mic. So I may just call it pass the mic and not moments of clarity. So we're just gonna call it pass the mic, and I'll host it. It's gonna be dope. So let's try to recruit 7 more solid people. I know I could probably fill a slot with like 3 people. So if y'all can get me 4 more, this thing go. You got one? All right. So this thing gonna be cool.
Oh, I might get Ivan.
I might get 2 people.
No.
Where's
You
Ivan?
can't get Ivan. I'm getting Ivan.
Man.
But get Ivan for real. Get Ivan.
Anybody get Ivan? That's my dude.
Man,
so I would love to have 5 and 5 guys, 5 girls. So right now, I can get a guy and a girl. So if you get, you gonna talk to Kenzie, Jeremy?
Yeah. Let's see if she'll come.
All right, and then you got, you said you got Haley, and you're gonna talk to Ivan, James.
Yeah.
Somebody talk to Ivan, man. He was supposed to be. He was almost in Music Matters.
Yep.
That was the reason why I had hopped in because Ivan just out of nowhere.
Dude, Ivan, he was almost in Music Matters. I wish he would have killed. Man. And Jeremy, you'd have had some support.
Man, you would have been killing. He could have did it.
And I was mad at Rasan because Rasan can sing. Lee can sing too. So I was mad at him that they really wasn't giving it their all. And I get it.
Lee really just didn't know some of them songs. Like
right. So back to your point, James, I get it. They didn't know a lot of the songs. It was before they were born. I get some of that. But you know, I'm just
But
used to working.
You should still know the classics, though.
But still, let's let y'all know. So the world I come from, I'm so used to working with um actors that are artists, and so you give them a song, they learn it like in 2 days. They be like, "I got it, let's go." You be like, so I'm used to that level of like, and so that's why especially like the music matters frustrated me to my core because I'm like, oh my god, it's not coming together. And
There was like two
it was
songs I had never like sang before. Like I had heard them, but I'd never sang them or nothing, and I actually ended up learning them. So
yeah,
I see what you're talking about.
yeah. You just got to put the work in. Because I guess
That
the
was my
biggest thing
first
for
time
me,
doing lines in a play. I was so scared. Oh my god.
but dude, all that stuff was foolishness, man. It was great. Y'all worked it out. It was fun. So I appreciate you guys. Let's wrap it up. But I appreciate you all for being a part of Music Matters, and even beyond being a part of Music Matters, being a part of my family, because I feel like we're all connected and we don't have to see each other every day. But when we see each other, we're like, oh man, and we just catch right back up to just catch right back up from where we left off. And I think that's genuine. And that's always been my heartbeat as a creative business owner, was to be able to create a hub where creatives can come together and connect and gel and feel safe amongst each other and feel like family. So I just appreciate you guys cause I call y'all family. So I appreciate you all for again answering the call to be a part of the shows and stuff that I've done. And there's some great stuff to come. Jeremy, I was actually about an animator because that's what I'm working on, an animated series. So we're gonna need some voiceover talent. Of course, we're gonna have some singing and stuff going on in there too. So, but it's not for children, so it's adults, right? So it's sort of kind of in the vein of like Boondocks, you know.
I love the Boondocks.
It's a little raunchy. It's a little raunchy. So so yeah, so I'm in the process of working on that. So I'm been interviewing some animators. So if y'all know people, if you hey man, shoot them my way. It's gonna be a lot of fun too. So that's great. But I appreciate you guys so much, and I hope that being a part of Music Matters and being a part of these conversations have been therapeutic for you all. It has been for me because I often be thinking about like, I wonder what they're doing. I wonder where Amy is and where James and I wonder what they're doing. So this is always cool to be able to reconnect and be like, man, everybody's out here doing their thizzles. And James got the munchies as usual and all tight-eyed.
Hey, me too. I haven't eaten all day, so I'm how to keep up.
I had 2 egg rolls from Panda Express and some vegetables. That's all I ate today. So I gotta eat.
I'm about to go cook some more.
I'm sure. I'm sure. We saw you eating throughout the whole live, sir. So we know you hungry if nobody else isn't. So I think the rest of us can probably go to bed without eating. I know you cannot.
Hold on now. No, I just kidding.
There's somebody, I don't know. I think there's another person inside that lives in me.
I understand.
I think I'm feeding 2 people. I don't get it.
I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're going through. His name starts with an M, by the way. It's called Munchies. Well, I know him. I know him. Anyway, but thank you guys so much for taking time to be on the line. I appreciate your time. Appreciate your energy. Mark your calendar, September the 15th. Pass the mic is going down. It's going to be off the chain. So I want you all to get your song, send it to me as soon as possible so that way I can make sure that as I'm organizing everybody in order, that the songs are sort of kind of, in some type of, order or whatever. But let me know what your song is going to be as soon as possible. And that way we could also make sure nobody else does your song too. So that's why I want you to send it to me. So when they send me that song, that song's already been taken, pick another one. So we good to go. So again, thank y'all so much for coming back for part 2, Conversation with Music Matters. I'm Charlie Tubbs. You are looking to the right of me is Jeremy Miller, and below him is Amy Kings, and beside her, under me is Jay France. Jay France. So thank you guys for spending your Tuesday evening with us. I hope you've had as much fun. And I hope you've had as much of an ab workout as we have, talking about music and Music Matters. Have a great rest of the week, guys. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you later. Thank you so much. Bye. Love you too, man. Y'all take care. Y'all have a great rest of the week.
All right, same to you.
And we will definitely see you all on the 15th. All right, laters.